Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And geez, today is just an exciting day. I was doing some homework, getting stuff done, open up the game, going to collect some energy and all that fun stuff, and a client restart happened, the game updated, and now we have three pretty impressive and fun things to talk about today. First and foremost, Kylo Ren has been reworked. We have been crying and just complaining for so long how bad he was, especially over the fact that he cost $100 originally when he first came out, and it looks like they heard our feedback and they went ahead and reworked him. So today, Doriana was very grateful and sent me gameplay of their Kylo Ren. Gear 11, pretty much everything maxed out except Outrage, because now he has a Zeta ability, which we will talk about soon. So pretty much everything excluding that. Next thing on the list is the fact that the First Order got some mini reworks, kind of like the Resistance, and we also have gameplay of that today. A lot of exciting stuff planned out. And lastly, holy cow, Darth Nihilus is coming to the game. The Lord of Hunger is coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now, we've been seeing Jedi get some great characters. Last Sith we saw was Emperor Palpatine, and that was the last one I thought we'd see for a while. But it looks like Sith are now kind of a priority, as we saw in one of the updates where they kind of showed a hint of Darth Nihilus. And now he's here, and an event's coming later on this month. So not much details on this event yet. Hopefully soon. I hope to get gameplay of this guy. Who knows if Electronic Arts is going to reach out to me and the others to get you guys some gameplay. But today is all about Kylo Ren and the First Order. So let's go ahead, get right into the gameplay, and talk about what's new and my initial reactions on Kylo Ren's new rework. So we're going to go ahead right now and just check what is new with these characters between Kylo Ren's rework and the minor First Order upgrades, and we start off with Kylo Ren. Now, first off, I want to point out that unlike Boba Fett, Kylo Ren is not getting any sort of stat changes, it seems like. I'll show you screenshots and comparisons of what it was before and what it was now, and health is pretty much the same, protection is pretty much the same, speed is still 128, which is pretty much right on average, armor is still the same, all this stuff is pretty much the same. So nothing has changed in terms of those numbers that I typically look at. Potency is even the same. So let's check out these new ability upgrades. So Ragged Cut, his primary ability, it shows that now his Omega grants additional healing immunity chance and debuff duration in addition to 15% damage. So he'll be doing more damage as well as having a higher chance to apply the debuffs that he normally applies. So not much has changed with his basic, it seems like. Lash Out. Now it looks like we have a nice list here. First off, he can now grant turn meter to allies with advantage as well as First Order allies. So that's actually pretty cool. I mentioned before, I think in a video way back when, he is the only First Order character that couldn't do anything with advantage, had no specific advantage synergy. It looks like now they added it. The Omega upgrade now grants an additional turn of retribution in addition to 15% damage. So, not too sure how I feel about that, because retribution can be stripped away, but it's nice to see he will have it for a little bit longer and he does more damage. Now, Outrage. Now, this was something a lot of people were complaining about, and it looks like they made it a lot more interesting. Now, he can inflict stun while he has full health, and he deals bonus damage while he is below health. So now you don't have to wait till he's below 50% health. Now you can just wait. Once he gets to 99%, it looks like he will be doing more damage, and he can stun. So really cool that they added that. And the Zeta ability adds 15% more damage, and he recovers protection equal to the damage dealt. So if he's doing some big damage, he can recover a lot of protection. So very cool that we have a protection regenerating character now. Unstoppable. Now this was something that was really behind on the times as well. Now it grants Kylo Ren stacking offense and defense whenever he takes damage. So the more he takes damage, the higher his offense is going to go. Another very interesting thing is now they're reducing the amount of damage he takes from things like damage over time. So a very interesting, only person that can do that. And now Kylo Ren also gets speed for each debuff on him. So the more speed you have on him, the faster he's going to be. And the Omega upgrade now inflicts Kylo Ren of damage over time for 2 turns whenever he uses the special ability. And just from reading this, I'm thinking, why would I even give that to Kylo Ren? It looks like there's no additional benefit to getting that Omega upgrade. So it looks like you might just want to refrain back and don't even bother putting that Omega mat on him. We also have footage of the rest of the First Order characters. So let's go ahead and first check out First Order Officer, and he has 2 minor things added to him. Now marching orders allows you to go ahead and target an ally to gain the bonuses. Before it was just random, and this is very like ships where you can go ahead and target someone. And on Omega, he becomes a cleansing character. He can cleanse himself and cleanse the person he targeted, and and he grants them tenacity up for 2 turns. So this is really cool. Nice to see a first order cleanser now. Pinning shots, the next thing they changed up, and they reduced the cooldown by 1, so he'll be using it more often. And the Omega now reduces the cooldowns of all first order allies by 1 and adds 30% turn meter reduction chance in addition to 15% damage. So very like Chief Nebit. Chief Nebit can reduce the cooldown of Jawas and droids, and it looks like our first order officer will do the same for our first order allies. Very cool. But let's go ahead and check out the tank. First order stormtrooper, and this was a guy no one really ever used, but now it looks like he's a lot better. Hindering shot. Now the Omega dispels all buffs from a target enemy if the first order stormtrooper has advantage in addition to 15% damage. This sounds like Sunfac for the first order, so far looking great. His The Order Relentless ability also got an upgrade, and now he can grant all allies turn meter, and then he also grants the first order stormtrooper taunt for 2 turns in addition to all the previous effects that we saw before, and the Omega now dispels all debuffs from himself. So another awesome thing. So he's going to taunt, and then he's also going to go ahead and counterattack, remove buffs. Holy cow, that is pretty awesome. I think that's more impressive than Kylo Ren so far, but that's just me. Return Fire also got an upgrade, and now anytime first order stormtrooper uses an ability, he has a 50% chance to call an ally to assist, dealing 50%. I'm not sure if this is more or less damage. Looks like there's a typo on here, unless they are first order. Then he grants them advantage for 2 turns if that person who assists was a first order ally. So it sounds like a mini Akbar ability, so also cool. So far, first order stormtrooper seems to be the most interesting one out of all these guys, but let's take a quick look at the first order TIE pilot. Double Tap now has a 5% additional multi-attack chance. As you guys know, he is a gunslinger and likes to get a lot of multi-attacks out. And now his Omega grants advantage for 2 turns if the second attack scores a critical hit. So he's going to try to constantly feed him advantage, which works really great in the new first order lineup. And now Gun Down, the cooldown's first of all reduced by 1, and the Omega upgrade now inflicts buff immunity for 2 turns if first order TIE pilot has advantage, in addition to 15% more damage being applied. So this is great, especially helpful if you want to prevent, Royal Guard or Shore Trooper Sunfac from taunting. Excellent. And Keen Eye is the last thing they changed up. Now it looks like it triggers whenever an enemy falls below full health instead of 50% health. So the second someone goes to 99% health, this goes ahead and activates, and the Zeta ability gives him 15% critical chance and 10% critical damage, and first order TIE pilot has a 70% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns each time he loses advantage. So kind of like the TIE Fighter pilot for the Empire, but obviously this looks a lot better than what TIE Fighter pilot has. Captain Phasma could not make it to our little rework party here, but who knows, maybe one day they'll go ahead and add something to her, but these other characters definitely were a higher priority. Captain Phasma is a good character still, but not as bad as all these other guys, so it's good to see they bumped him up. I'm most impressed with the first order stormtrooper. He has a lot of good things going on for him. Kylo Ren is looking a lot better. The damage output is very much appreciated. The stun helps him be a more flexible character. However, he's still a bit on the slow side, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Standing out right away, this does not look as impressive as the Boba Fett rework, but heck, this is so much better than what Kylo Ren had going on before. No stat changes like Boba Fett, just mainly kit changes, which is a good thing to see. If you guys want, I can actually go ahead and do an in-depth review of Kylo Ren before starting my Empire character reviews. Totally up to you guys. If you guys really want to see him, I'd be more than happy to. If not, let's go ahead and start looking at our Empire reviews. So in the comments down below, let me know what you are thinking. Are you more impressed than maybe I am? Do you think Boba Fett was the better rework? Or are you just happy to see Kylo Ren be a lot better than what he used to be before? Real curious to hear what you guys think. And on top of that, please go ahead, drop me a like, as well as subscribe for more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content. And we will talk again soon, my friends. Peace out.